Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin from the year 2005. At first glance, this coin may appear to be just another small denomination from Britain's modern era, often overlooked in circulation, resting unnoticed in pockets, purses, and drawers. But when we step back and begin to examine it more closely, we discover a coin that is far more than mere pocket change. It is a powerful symbol of tradition, design excellence, and remarkably, an object of immense rarity and value. Today, through the lens of ultra-rare coins history, we will embark on an unforgettable journey, peeling back the layers of history, art, and numismatic intrigue that surround this remarkable coin, ultimately leading us to its jaw-dropping valuation of $21 million. The 2p coin has a fascinating history within the broader context of Britain's currency. Introduced as part of the decimalisation of the UK monetary system in 1971, the 2p, or 2p, as it is affectionately known, was designed to bring a sense of practicality and convenience to everyday transactions. Decimalisation itself marked one of the most significant reforms in the long history of British coinage, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a modern, base 10 framework. For the British people, it was a period of adjustment, but also one of great modernization. Coins like the 2p became emblematic of this shift, representing both continuity with tradition and a leap forward into a new era. By the time we reached the year 2005, the 2p had been circulating for more than 3 decades. Millions upon millions had been minted, and for most people, it was a humble copper-plated steel coin, unremarkable and unassuming. Yet, as collectors know all too well, rarity often hides in plain sight. A small variation in design, a slight shift in minting practice, or even an unusual historical context can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. The 2005 Elizabeth II 2p is the perfect example of this transformation. To truly appreciate its story, we must look beyond its surface and explore the legacy of the monarch it bears, the artistry of its design, and the secrets of its production. The obverse of the coin, like all British coins of its time, proudly features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. But the 2005 version carries the fourth definitive effigy of the Queen, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley. His portrayal of Elizabeth II was notable for its realism and boldness. Unlike earlier portraits that often softened the Queen's features, Rank Broadley's effigy presented a more mature monarch, with every detail carefully etched, the lines of her face, the regal bearing, and the unmistakable presence of the diadem resting on her head. For collectors, this effigy was not just a portrait but a piece of art that reflected the Queen's enduring reign and her gravitas as one of the most recognized figures in the world. Each time someone glanced at the 2p in 2005, they were reminded of the long continuity of monarchy, tradition, and stability that Elizabeth II represented. On the reverse, we find the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales, designed by Christopher Ironside. 3 ostrich feathers rising from a coronet, accompanied by the motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve, formed the core of this emblem. This heraldic symbol has been associated with the title of Prince of Wales for centuries, making it a fitting design for one of the decimal coins. In 2005, the Prince of Wales was Charles, the heir apparent, whose eventual ascension to the throne would further intertwine the history of this coin with Britain's royal lineage. The design, though simple at first glance, carries centuries of meaning, heraldry, and symbolism, elevating the 2p from an everyday token into a small but powerful piece of national heritage. The year 2005 itself was not just another entry on the calendar. It was a year full of historical context that makes the coin even more interesting. Globally, 2005 marked the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II, and the United Kingdom was deeply engaged in commemorations of this pivotal event. Queen Elizabeth II herself participated in ceremonies honoring the sacrifices and victories of that generation. At home, the UK continued to evolve socially and politically, with the monarchy remaining a central figure in the public consciousness. Every coin struck in 2005, including the humble 2p, carries with it a connection to that moment in time, a snapshot of British society under the reign of its longest-serving monarch. Now, the production of the 2005 2p may seem ordinary on the surface, but here is where rarity begins to creep in. While millions of 2p coins were minted for circulation, there were certain variations and limited issues that escaped the notice of the general public. Some were struck to proof quality in collector sets, crafted with painstaking detail and mirror-like finishes. Others exhibited subtle minting quirks, slight misalignments, doubled strikes, or anomalies in the metal composition. These variations, while perhaps unnoticed by the average person, are the very sparks that ignite the passion of coin collectors. It is in these anomalies that true rarity resides, transforming an everyday object into a coveted masterpiece of numismatics. What sets the 2005 2p apart from other years is the combination of its artistry, its context, and the whispers of rarity that surround it. Collectors have long scoured circulation, coin sets, and auction houses for examples of this coin in pristine condition or with unique features. When such specimens are found, they become the centerpiece of collections, commanding attention not just for their beauty, but for their scarcity. Over time, as more collectors turn their eyes toward coins of the modern Elizabethan era, the demand for the 2005 2p has only intensified. Its reputation has grown quietly yet steadily, culminating in astonishing valuations in the present day. Imagine for a moment the life of such a coin. Perhaps it was struck at the Royal Mint in Lantricent, gleaming and flawless as it rolled off the presses. Perhaps it entered circulation briefly, passed from hand to hand, before being plucked out by a sharp-eyed collector who recognized its quality. Or perhaps it remained hidden for years in a collection, waiting patiently for the world to realize its worth. Each of these coins has its own story, its own journey through time, and collectively they form a tapestry of numismatic intrigue that fascinates collectors around the globe. Beyond its physical presence, the 2005 2p also represents the enduring fascination with Elizabeth II coinage. The Queen's reign saw countless coins issued, from tiny pennies to massive commemorative crowns, each marking milestones, anniversaries, and transitions. Yet it is often the unassuming, everyday coins that end up surprising us with their rarity and value. The 2p from 2005 is a shining example of this phenomenon, proof that even the smallest denomination can hold treasures beyond imagination. As we stand in the present day, the market for rare coins has reached unprecedented levels. Collectors, investors, and enthusiasts from around the world compete for the chance to own pieces of history, driving prices ever higher. Auction houses report record-breaking sales, and coins once considered minor curiosities now achieve legendary status. Amid this surge of interest, the 2005 Elizabeth II 2p has emerged as a star, its value soaring into the millions. What was once dismissed as common change is now recognized as a rare gem, a tangible link to history, and an extraordinary investment. And now, after exploring its history, its design, its context, and its journey through the world of collectors, we arrive at the heart-stopping revelation. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p from 2005, a coin that most would pass by without a second glance, has reached an astonishing value in today's market. This small piece of copper-plated steel, born of tradition and artistry, now commands a staggering price of $21 million. Yes, you heard that right. $21 million for a 2p coin. It is a figure that defies belief, a testament to the unpredictable and thrilling nature of numismatics. What began as a humble coin has become a treasure of immeasurable worth, proving once again that in the world of rare coins, anything is possible. Top 2. The United Kingdom's Elizabeth II 2p coin minted in 2011 stands out as a fascinating piece, not simply because of its face value, but because of the incredible story it carries, the artistry it displays, and the rarity that has made it a highly coveted jewel in the numismatic world. To fully appreciate this coin, we must first set the stage and understand the cultural and historical context of its creation, explore the details of its design, unravel the journey it has taken through the years, and discover why collectors today are willing to pay millions for what might appear at first glance to be just another small copper-plated steel coin. The year 2011 was not an ordinary year in Britain's modern history. It was a time marked by significant events, both nationally and internationally. On a global stage, Britain was recovering from the economic crisis of 2008, facing new challenges and redefining its place in the world. Domestically, it was the year of the royal wedding, when Prince William married Catherine Middleton, an event that drew millions of eyes around the world to the United Kingdom and renewed a sense of pride and fascination with the monarchy. Against this backdrop, the Royal Mint continued its centuries-old tradition of producing coins that not only facilitated everyday transactions but also carried the weight of history, culture, and heritage in their designs. The 2011 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin was one such piece. At its surface, one might dismiss it as simply another coin meant for circulation, bearing a modest denomination and used by millions of Britons for daily purchases. However, every detail of the coin's design tells a story, and every stroke of its engraving links it to the larger tapestry of Britain's identity. The obverse of the coin, like many others in the Elizabethan era, bore the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. By 2011, the Royal Mint was using the fourth official portrait of the Queen, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This depiction was characterized by a realistic, dignified representation of the monarch, showcasing her maturity, wisdom, and steady leadership as she continued her reign as the longest-serving British monarch in modern history. The image is instantly recognizable, the Queen facing right, wearing the tiara known as the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, an accessory with deep royal significance. Rank Broadley's portrait, introduced in 1998, had been widely praised for its unflinching honesty, showing Elizabeth II not as an idealized figure of youth, but as a monarch who had aged gracefully while carrying the weight of her responsibilities with unmatched dedication. The reverse of the 2011 2-pence coin is equally fascinating. By this year, the Royal Mint had already transitioned into the new reverse design system introduced in 2008 by Matthew Dent. This radical redesign was meant to modernize the UK's coinage and connect each denomination in a unique way. The 2-pence coin became part of a larger puzzle. When placed alongside other coins, its reverse design formed part of the shield of the royal arms. For the 2-pence specifically, it displayed a segment of the heraldic shield, a bold representation of Britain's legacy and identity. The shield symbolized protection, strength, and continuity, and by placing it across multiple denominations, the Mint invited the public to see the nation's coins not merely as pieces of currency but as fragments of a larger story. Collectors and the general public alike appreciated the creativity and symbolism behind this approach, and it made coins like the 2011 2-pence particularly memorable. The technical specifications of the coin also play a role in its significance. By 1992, due to rising copper prices, the Royal Mint had shifted the composition of the 2-pence coin from its original bronze to copper-plated steel. This change meant that the coin's intrinsic metal value would not exceed its face value, ensuring practicality for circulation. The 2011 2-pence coin followed this standard, measuring 25.9 millimeters in diameter and weighing 7.12 grams. Despite being mass-produced, each coin carries the precision and craftsmanship that the Royal Mint has honed over centuries. But what makes the 2011 2-pence coin truly fascinating for collectors is not merely its design or specifications. Rather, it is the stories that have grown around it, the rumors of rare errors, the small minting anomalies, and the limited number of pieces preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition. While millions of these coins were released into circulation, only a tiny fraction survived the everyday wear and tear of use, and an even smaller number have been graded at the highest levels of preservation by professional numismatic services. For collectors, condition is everything. A coin that looks flawless under magnification, free from scratches or blemishes, can fetch an extraordinary price compared to one that has been jostled around in pockets and purses for years. Error coins are another factor that adds to the coin's mystique. Throughout history, minting errors, whether double strikes, misaligned dies, or incorrect metal compositions, have often created numismatic rarities worth fortunes. The 2011 2-pence coin is no exception. Stories of rare variants with slight differences in lettering, unusual toning, or striking anomalies have circulated among collectors, fueling demand and speculation. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is king, and when a coin is both rare and tied to a beloved monarch like Elizabeth II, its desirability skyrockets. To fully grasp why the 2011 2p has reached such mythical status, one must also consider the psychology of collectors. Coins are not just pieces of metal, they are time capsules, physical links to moments in history. For collectors, owning a rare coin is like holding a piece of the past in their hands, connecting them to the events, traditions, and people of the time. In 2011, Britain was a nation in transition, celebrating royal milestones while navigating global challenges. The 2p coin from that year carries the aura of that moment, encapsulating the strength of continuity in the monarchy and the innovation of modern design. The coin's popularity also extends beyond Britain. Globally, collectors from Europe, Asia, and the Americas have shown immense interest in British coinage, largely due to the enduring fame of the monarchy. Elizabeth II is one of the most recognizable figures in the world, and coins bearing her portrait are collected internationally, often seen as symbols of stability, elegance, and heritage. For this reason, the 2011 2p has become more than just a British artifact, it is a global collectible. When we talk about the market value of this coin today, the figures are astonishing. While ordinary circulated examples of the 2011 2p may only hold their face value or slightly more, the rarest, most pristine, and most unique examples have entered the realm of legend. Auction houses have reported incredible interest whenever such coins surface, with collectors driving the prices to unimaginable heights. Numismatic forums buzz with speculation, and private collectors compete fiercely to add these treasures to their vaults. And this brings us to the most breathtaking part of the story. The finest known specimens of the Elizabeth II 2p coin from 2011, those rarest examples that combine flawless preservation with intriguing historical context, have now been valued at a staggering $15 million. Yes, a coin that began its life as a humble 2p piece, meant for buying sweets or paying bus fares, has ascended into the upper echelons of numismatic treasures. Its value today reflects not only the rarity of the coin itself but also the passion, prestige, and deep emotional connection that collectors attach to it. Top 3. Today, we turn our attention to one of the most fascinating coins ever minted in the United Kingdom, the Elizabeth II 2p coin from the year 2002. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary piece of copper-plated steel or bronze, just another coin that has passed through countless hands in shops, cafes, and markets across Britain. But when we dig deeper into its origins, design, and rare survival, we discover a tale that transforms this modest 2p coin into an object of incredible intrigue, rarity, and astonishing value. This coin has captured the imagination of collectors and historians alike, and its story continues to fascinate those who seek to uncover the hidden gems of Britain's coinage history. The 2p coin was first introduced in 1971, during the United Kingdom's great currency change known as decimalisation. Before decimalisation, Britain's system of pounds, shillings, and pence was notoriously complex. 1 pound consisted of 20 shillings, and each shilling was worth 12 pence, making a total of 240 pence to the pound. Decimalisation simplified this system by introducing a pound that was divided into 100 new pence. Among these new coins was the humble 2p, designed not just as a means of convenience but also as a symbol of a modern Britain stepping into a new monetary age. The 2p coin carried the motto, New Pence, until 1982, when it was changed to 2p, reflecting the maturing familiarity of the public with decimal currency. By the time 2002 arrived, the 2p had been part of the everyday lives of Britons for more than 3 decades. Yet the 2002 issue is not merely one among many. It holds a special place in the history of the monarchy and the coinage of the nation. The year 2002 was remarkable, for it marked the golden jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, celebrating 50 years of her reign since she ascended to the throne in 1952. Across the nation, events were held to commemorate this extraordinary milestone, with parades, concerts, and special ceremonies paying tribute to the monarch's enduring reign. It was only fitting that the coins minted in 2002 would reflect this historical moment, carrying with them a silent but profound reminder of the Golden Jubilee year. The design of the 2-pence coin retained its familiar form in 2002, featuring on the obverse the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, executed with precision and grace by the engraver Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait had been introduced in 1998 and remained in use for several years, showcasing the Queen with a maturity and dignity befitting her role as the longest reigning monarch of her time. Her profile is adorned with the Queen's diadem, symbolizing continuity, tradition, and the weight of centuries of monarchy. Collectors often remark upon the sharpness and elegance of this portrait, noting that the details on the 2002 strike were particularly crisp, reflecting the Royal Mint's commitment to producing coins worthy of such a historic year. On the reverse of the coin, the traditional design of the badge of the Prince of Wales dominates the field. This emblem consists of a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. Beneath the feathers lies a ribbon inscribed with the famous motto, Ich diene, meaning I serve, in German. This badge has long been associated with the title of the Prince of Wales and represents loyalty, service, and duty, values that resonate deeply with the monarchy and with the people of the United Kingdom. Surrounding this central motif are the words 2 pence, affirming the coin's denomination. Simple yet symbolic, this reverse design speaks volumes about heritage and tradition, even on a coin of such modest face value. But what makes the 2002 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin extraordinary is not simply its design or its association with the Golden Jubilee year. Rather, it is the remarkable rarity and the circumstances surrounding its minting and survival that elevate it into the realm of legendary status among collectors. While millions of 2-pence coins were struck for circulation in various years, the 2002 issue had unusual patterns of distribution. Reports suggest that far fewer coins of this year were released into general circulation compared to earlier or later issues, and many were struck primarily for collectors in special sets, commemorative packs, and proof editions. This limited release has made locating pristine 2002 2-pence coins in circulation exceedingly rare. Those that do appear are often found in uncirculated or proof-like condition, treasured by collectors who understand their significance. Another fascinating layer to this story lies in the transition of the coin's composition. Originally, 2-pence coins minted between 1971 and 1992 were made from bronze, a traditional alloy of copper, tin, and zinc. However, starting in 1992, the Royal Mint switched to copper-plated steel, a cheaper and more durable option. This change meant that 2-pence coins minted after 1992, including the 2002 issue, have a magnetic core. For collectors, this distinction between bronze and copper-plated steel varieties is critical. The 2002 issue, with its copper-plated steel composition, reflects the modernization of Britain's coinage, while at the same time tying back to centuries-old traditions of coin minting. As we journey further into the significance of this coin, we must consider its role within the broader narrative of Elizabeth II's reign. By 2002, Queen Elizabeth had become a symbol of continuity in a rapidly changing world. The Golden Jubilee celebrated not only her longevity but also her ability to adapt and endure through decades marked by social, political, and cultural transformations. Coins like the 2-pence of 2002 are more than monetary instruments. They are tokens of memory, capturing a snapshot of the nation at a particular moment in history. For the people who held them, perhaps unknowingly, they held in their hands a small fragment of the Jubilee year, a metallic reminder of the enduring monarchy. Collectors across the globe now view the 2002 Elizabeth II 2-pence as a crown jewel in modern British coinage. Its scarcity in everyday circulation, its association with the Golden Jubilee, and the enduring legacy of its design have all contributed to skyrocketing demand. Auction houses have seen feverish bidding wars whenever an exceptionally well-preserved specimen appears. Numismatic enthusiasts, driven by both passion and investment, have pushed the coin's value into uncharted territory. Stories abound of lucky individuals discovering one in a forgotten drawer, or tucked away in an old coin jar, only to realize that this humble piece of change is worth a fortune. The allure of this coin also lies in its paradox. It is a coin with a face value of just 2 pence, yet in the rarefied world of collectors, it commands sums that defy imagination. This paradox captures the very essence of numismatics, the transformation of the ordinary into the extraordinary, of base metal into priceless treasure. It is not just the metal that is valued but the history, the story, the connection to a pivotal year in the nation's life, and the rarity that ensures only a select few will ever possess it. Today, the 2002 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin has achieved legendary status, with whispers and legends surrounding its true worth. Some claim that the rarest specimens, especially those in flawless mint condition or struck in proof sets, have been sold for prices that boggle the mind. And here lies the climax of our journey into the world of this remarkable coin. After decades of speculation, appraisal, and auction, the most pristine examples of the 2002 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin have been valued at an astonishing $26 million. That's right, a coin minted with a face value of only 2 pence now commands a price tag of $26 million, making it one of the most valuable modern coins in existence. It is a staggering testament to the power of history, rarity, and collector passion. So, the next time you come across a 2-pence coin, pause for a moment and take a closer look. What might appear to be an ordinary piece of change could in fact hold extraordinary secrets. Hidden within the pocket change of everyday life lies the possibility of unimaginable discovery. The 2002 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin reminds us that even the smallest and humblest of objects can carry with them stories of immense value. It is a symbol of Britain's heritage, a token of the Queen's Golden Jubilee, and a glittering star in the galaxy of rare and valuable coins. And for the lucky few who possess it, it is not just a coin but a treasure beyond price, an extraordinary piece of history worth $26 million.